Hey guys, and welcome back to Hamilton Mechanical. Just a real quick one today. This is a John Deere Z-Track Z525E that has about 165 hours on it. It's a two-owner mower, and not exactly sure what went wrong here. I've never seen this happen unless bolts were left loose, but in this case, this one has never been apart from the factory, so I'm not entirely sure, but somehow this nut came off, caused this pulley to get loose, and when that happened, it just destroyed it. Now, as you can see, that's a pretty good hex right there. This is usually much more common on like MTDs and AYPs where they use a really fine spline. If you hit something, it can cause the pulley to shear, but coming loose completely is kind of rare. So we are going to, and unfortunately because it boogered the threads up on that shaft, and John Deere only offers this as the entire spindle assembly, this quickly escalated to $110 worth of parts with tax and all, so fairly expensive. This nut is a one-time use lock nut, plus it got boogered up pretty bad too, and it did chew into this cover a little bit in the back where the pulley was running off center. My main concern is that it's chewed into this belt guard somewhat right here. So we will get all this back together. It kind of looks like that might be bent, but then I can't tell if it's supposed to be that way because this cover is actually what's attached to that. So we will get this apart and we'll be right back. Okay, and now we're back. We have this apart, and I'm going to try to show you a close-up of the damage that has occurred because this came loose. As you see, that's supposed to be hexagonal shaped. This one is not any longer, so that is completely dead. And here is the good shaft in comparison with the bad shaft. You can see how many threads were missing. Yes, this, with a lot of effort, this could be brought back, but time is of the essence on this repair, and it's definitely more cost effective to just replace the entire spindle. There are 4 lock nuts that hold it in. We're going to swap this blade over and reinstall all this, and then we'll be right back. Okay, real quick, something that is worth noting on these John Deeres. These, all John Deeres that I personally have worked on, and I've never worked on any of the really old ones, but all the ones that have been made in the last 15-20 years are all metric. So this is an 18 millimeter, not a 3/4. If you use a 3/4, that's more like a 19 millimeter, and you will round the head off the bolt. A lot of the John Deere L120s I've worked on, I'll use 15 millimeter, 14 millimeter, 13 millimeter, 12 is not very common, 10 millimeter is pretty common on them, so definitely break out your metrics, guys, for these. Just another quick tip, real quick, guys. You can use a 3/8 ratchet on this idler pulley arm right here, which will allow you to take the tension off of the belt very easily. Much easier than any other method. So always look, make sure there's no little square right there that you can get your ratchet into, okay? That's a good quick tip on a lot of mowers, not just John Deere. Okay, and there we have it. One replaced spindle on a John Deere. Very easy to do, especially because John Deere uses studs on this one instead of bolts, which makes removal a lot less painful. Doesn't appear to be any damage to the belt. And I think the little cut into our, what I'm going to call not even a belt guard, it is the hinge to this cover. I think it'll be okay. So that's nice that they hinge that. Makes it for really quick access, good for cleaning. Which remember to clean your deck, guys. All this debris holds heat to that spindle, which will cause a bearing failure. Now, I don't know a lot about these John Deeres. I might try to pop the old spindle apart real quick, but it does have a grease fitting on it. It's back here, it's kind of hard to see. It does have a grease fitting. Usually they don't do anything. I might look at the old one and see how it's made just to make sure. I'd rather be safe than sorry. But anyway, there you go. Very easy repair for a spindle on a Z-Track John Deere. Okay guys, I did open this up, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. And there you go. There's no seal on that bearing, so these spindles do need greased. So we're going to go ahead and grease them for them before we send this one out the door.